everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Hollyoaks has aired a shocking outcome in Ro Hutchinson's bullying story in the show's latest episode. Ro is being cruelly bullied by Arlo, with physical violence, transphobic insults and threats ruining his life. The situation was made worse when Ro's dad Tony and Arlo's mom Marie announced their engagement this week. However, Diane discovered nasty messages on Ro's phone that evening, and when she responded to the bully, she was horrified to realize that Arlo was the culprit. In today's episode, Diane once again tried to tell Tony about Arlo's bullying. Now she had proof. But Tony refused to listen to her claims, instead saying that they needed to come together for Ro. Tony took matters into his own hands and asked Ro if Arlo was bullying him, but he was reassured when the teenager insisted that Diane had got it all wrong. Arlo threatened Ro in the village, taunting him for responding to his nasty texts last night. Unaware that he was actually conversing with Diane and encouraging him to take his own life. Diane arrived and demanded that Ro tells her the truth once and for all. Ro finally admitted that Arlo is bullying him, revealing that he shared the binding photo online, physically attacked him, and put sanitary towels in his bag. He explained that he has been too frightened to say anything, and that he was carrying the knife out of fear of Arlo's violent threats, which led to Oscar's stabbing. Meanwhile, with Tony and Marie's engagement party in full swing, Arlo played innocent in front of the adults and made a good impression with his future stepdad. Diane showed up at the party with Ro in tow and tried to appeal to Tony once more, but he begged his ex-wife not to cause a scene. Arlo then made a speech for Tony and Marie, where he said that he was excited to spend more time with Ro and called him his new best friend. Tony noticed how upset Ro was and finally realized that Diane was right about their son's bully. Tony suddenly saw red, walking up to Arlo and slapping him in front of the crowd. Will there be repercussions for Tony's shocking outburst? Fans of Hollyoaks have long been used to twists, drama, and surprise storylines, but the latest episode has left many gasping for breath. The show's unexpected turn involving Ro and Arlo, two characters whose storylines have been under the microscope for months, has hit audiences like a thunderbolt. This major development, which was originally set to air later in the week, was released early via streaming platforms, catching viewers off guard and sparking an outpouring of reactions on social media. In the latest episodes, Ro and Arlo have found themselves on opposite sides of a deepening rift. The two, once close friends and allies, have been caught in a tangled web of emotions, betrayal, and secrets. The repercussions of their fractured relationship have been building for weeks, but the bombshell moment that aired in the early streaming release has far exceeded anyone's expectations. For those who may not be up to date with the ongoing drama, Ro and Arlo's storyline has been at the heart of several high-stakes emotional arcs. Both characters have seen their fair share of challenges, but the tension between them has become especially palpable in recent episodes. Ro, a character known for her complex and multi-layered persona, has always been a fan favorite, loved for her fierce independence and unapologetic honesty. Arlo, on the other hand, has come into his own as a character who has evolved from being an innocent and naive figure to someone deeply shaped by the events around him. Their friendship, while never without its complications, has been a central part of the narrative, making the recent outcome even more shocking for viewers. The streaming release of this pivotal episode was a deliberate move by the Hollyoaks production team, a strategy that capitalizes on the growing trend of giving fans early access to episodes via streaming platforms. With this release, the show's producers have not only kept fans on the edge of their seats, but also solidified the notion that Hollyoaks is not afraid to take risks and push boundaries when it comes to storytelling. The early streaming release of this episode means that fans across the globe are able to watch the shocking conclusion of Ro and Arlo's saga ahead of the traditional TV broadcast. This shift in how content is consumed is part of a wider trend where TV shows and films are increasingly offering exclusive content and earlier access to loyal fans. This strategy is especially powerful in the age of social media, where spoilers and discussions about major plot twists can spread like wildfire. Upon first viewing, many fans were left in complete shock, struggling to process the massive turn in the plot. Ro, who has long been a symbol of resilience, was seen grappling with the betrayal of someone she once trusted completely. Arlo, meanwhile, faced the consequences of his actions, unsure of how to mend the rift that has now divided the two. In what can only be described as an emotionally charged confrontation, the characters delivered some of the most heartbreaking and raw scenes seen in Hollyoaks in recent memory. The fallout from this confrontation promises to reverberate throughout the rest of the series, affecting not just Ro and Arlo but everyone around them. While many fans were immediately vocal in their praise of the episode's shock factor, others expressed their disbelief over the developments. Some fans were caught off guard by how far the storyline had come, feeling as though the emotional stakes had been raised to an entirely new level. The questions surrounding Ro and Arlo's future, and whether they can reconcile or move past their differences, will undoubtedly dominate online discussions for weeks to come. The decision to release this episode early has sparked conversation not just about the storyline itself, but also about how Hollyoaks is evolving as a show. The series has long been known for tackling controversial and difficult topics, but the early streaming release has added a new layer of intrigue. With more and more fans turning to streaming services for access to their favorite shows, the question of how to maintain suspense and surprise while also keeping audiences engaged in real time is a challenge that the showrunners have now embraced. The move to an early release indicates that Hollyoaks is keenly aware of the shifting media landscape and is adjusting its strategies to stay relevant and competitive in an increasingly digital age. Of course, the Hollyoaks writers and producers are no strangers to big twists and shocking outcomes. From explosive relationship breakdowns to unexpected exits, the show has never been afraid to push boundaries. However, the Ro and Arlo storyline feels like something different, something more personal and visceral. Fans have spent years watching these two characters develop, and seeing them spiral into such an emotional and heart-wrenching conflict is a testament to how much the writers have invested in them as characters. The shocking outcome also raises questions about the future of Hollyoaks. Will this split between Ro and Arlo mark the beginning of even more dramatic changes for the show, or is it just the latest in a long line of twists that have kept viewers coming back for more? While it is too early to tell, one thing is clear: the fallout from this episode will continue to shape the lives of many characters within the world of Hollyoaks, and it will likely have a lasting impact on the show's direction. Social media, as expected, was abuzz with reactions following the early release. Fans quickly took to Twitter, Instagram, and forums to voice their opinions on the episode's shocking turn of events. Some expressed outrage at what they saw as a betrayal, while others were quick to defend the characters, arguing that their actions were justified given the complex circumstances. There were also many who simply couldn't believe what they had seen, and the hashtag Ro and Arlo was soon trending as fans shared their thoughts, theories, and predictions for what comes next. The early streaming release of this episode has proven that Hollyoaks is a show that continues to surprise and captivate audiences, even after so many years on the air. The decision to give fans a front-row seat to the shocking Ro and Arlo moment has added a new layer of excitement to the show's already unpredictable narrative. As the weeks unfold, it will be fascinating to see how this storyline evolves, and how the other characters react to the fallout of Ro and Arlo's dramatic confrontation. One thing is certain: the early release has set the stage for a thrilling, action-packed season that promises even more twists, turns, and emotional roller coasters to come. As viewers continue to digest the aftermath of this stunning episode, Hollyoaks remains at the forefront of television's ability to tackle complicated, messy, and deeply human stories. Whether you're a longtime fan or a newcomer to the show, it's clear that this season will be one to remember, with the Ro and Arlo storyline serving as a prime example of how unpredictable and exciting Hollyoaks can be. So, as fans continue to pore over the latest episode, one thing remains clear. Hollyoaks has once again proven that when it comes to drama, nothing is ever quite what it seems. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Hollyoaks Update YouTube channel for more update news.